What's up? How are you doing today? Whoa there. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. But I'm curious how you been. I've been having a ball over here. But as we come into July, I always get like the same couple questions, right? And what's bothering me is the hat being backward and not forward. Yeah. And just because I love the Eagles and we're going to rep the Eagles today, that's what I feel like doing. But like I'm saying, closer to the end of June, we're coming into July. The start of July is the start of quarter three of the year. Congratulations, we made it, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying congratulations in the first place, a lot of people don't understand why we actually need to study quarter to quarter to quarter to quarter of the year because the environment is not the same the entire year. What does that mean? Well, in the first place, when it comes to like trading in general, right? Yes, it's not just about direction. It's not just about when you're expecting it, but we're also talking about like expected price action. And so with certain expected price action, I'm gonna be flipping the hat back and forth like Ray J on this video. It's gonna be crazy. But I'm saying you need to understand that there's a difference between quarter one of the year, which is January, February, and March. Super difference between Q2, which is April, May, and June, Q3, July, August, September, and then Q4, right? October, November, December. Why am I saying any of this? Why does it matter? The same way you are trading in a Q1, you're not going to be trading the same way in Q2. The same way you're trading like Q2, 3, and 4, they're pretty similar. It's not too far off. But what I'm saying is you need to understand the core differences between the different times of the year. I'm telling you now, this is the shit that makes people quit trading. And I always get asked, right? Oh my God, bangs in my face, can't see. I always get asked, and I really appreciate all the messages I get. I mean, it's so hard for me to respond to all of them. I try my best to like sit down once a week and just go through my email and shit and go through my Discord. It's just impossible for me to answer everybody all at once. However, I appreciate all your messages. I will get to them when I can. Okay. I get the same question, so I'll just answer it for you here in the video. Make it way easier for you. Okay. So when it comes to not just again different environments of the year, what does that mean for mentorship? There's a reason why my full mentorship is technically from Q1 of the year to Q4. Now, the thing about that, right? Each individual 3 month cycle is, yes, it's its own mentorship. So we have stuff to do. However, each one, and right now, as whatever day I decide to post this, right? What's today? Hey Siri, what day is it? The 28th. That's what it is. 28th. Thank you. Appreciate that. So it's like Sunday the 28th, right? The next mentorship we have coming for Q3 starts end of July. And we work together 1 to 2 times a week, typically 2 times a week for that 3 month period. There might be a week or 2 weeks in between that 3 month where I might just like be hanging out or just on vacation or whatever the fuck I'm doing. But in time for the end of July, okay, so you don't get confused, what I like to do is blend the end of one quarter into the next. That's what I like to do as mentor. Because, like you said, what leads people into just feeling like they're God level in like a Q2 or Q3, right? Or Q4. Then you get back to a Q1 of the year and you get so confused, like, yo, whatever the fuck I was doing in Q4 is just not working the same way. I don't like that. I wonder why that is. And I'll tell you, and I'll show you what to do about it. But this is the thing, right? Outside of just, um, because you don't have to come for like a directly during January and stay the whole time, right? You can start at any one of these quarters. The whole point is to get through, if not four, get through 3 out of 4 of them. Okay. Get through 3 out of 4. That is my full suggestion to you. You don't have to even stay for a full year if you don't want to. The biggest thing is Q3 and Q4 are very similar. It really comes down to Q1, 2, and 3. Those are the ones we need to talk more in depth on. However, the same question that we're talking about, right? So we talked about when mentorship starts. And so since Q3 itself is actually July, right? The mentorship itself starts the end of July. I try to blend in the end of Q1 going into Q2, end of Q2 blends into Q3. So that way you're not lost and you get an idea of what it feels like when we change environments. I started doing it in this format a couple years ago just because it's going to make it so much easier for people. There's too many times where I've had people crush a Q3 or crush a Q4, and as soon as their mentorship is done, because you're going quarter by quarter, right? As soon as that mentorship is done that quarter, they get from a Q4 back to a Q1, and all hell fucking breaks the fuck loose. Oh my God. Now, what are we talking about in mentorship that takes us so fucking long? Again, it's not just the differences in the environment that I care about. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Being a market structure expert, you will feel my wrath and become also market structure expert. The reason why I care about, again, what we're talking about, yes, the topic is ICT, cool, 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 whatever. However, I don't want just that. I want all elements of Christ delivery. So when we talk about market structure, yes, you're going to have a lot of stuff from ICT in complete format. However, I have my own ideas I need to share with you. We do talk about gold back levels, gold back numbers. We talk about other things that are keeping you up to date outside of market structure. But the problem is, if you suck at market structure, it's going to be so much harder for you to use all the other advanced stuff that we're going to get into. So it's not just about us coming on here and just talking about funny lines. It's not just us coming on here and talking about a bunch of numbers with no significance. Do you get where I'm going with this? And this is the thing, right? Well, it gets smoky, doesn't it? And it's the thing, right? I've talked about this many times. People who've already worked with me, they already know this. But we gotta all understand that trading is not supposed to be a copycat game. All right. Yes, you have a mentor, and yes, you're going to learn from me. But I also need us, as we're talking through all your sessions, right? The goal is to find your style. What works for Kim might not work for George. What works for Henry does not work for Tracy. You feel what I'm saying? Now, that being said, you might be the person who is like the extreme scalper. You might really love that. Now, you being the scalper, I'm gonna make sure you learn how to hold trades too, okay? But the problem is, we need to go exactly where, not just your availability, but we actually need to go towards function. Like, what function do you want to use? How do we make your trading experience personal for you? Okay. You could be the scalper. You could be the person who likes to trade full function outside of this. No, 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 no. The blunt did not just magically get that long. No, no, no. It's the second blunt. Second blunt. I got two. There's somebody who was watching a video of mine. She was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, how much weed do you smoke? Like, what the?" Now she don't smoke, so I understand that reaction or whatever. But we still smoking a zip a day, baby. We gotta smoke the weed. And I've been hanging out, bro. I've been skateboarding. I've been playing with some ideas for my new YouTube channel. There's so much stuff I need to get doing. There's so much stuff I need to get doing, brother. But I'm so excited because all the trips that we have coming up, I have some cool videos planned with some cool skaters that I'm excited to hang out with. And I really think that our new YouTube channel is going to be a lot of fun to work on. But that's why I haven't been on this channel as much. I've been working and working and working on some stuff that I really care about. And also, I mean, we've been busy, man. My students so far in this last mentorship have been on fucking fire, brother. They've been on fucking fire. I mean, really got to give a shout out to all the people who, whether they're new on this quarter or whether they've been with me for a while, for this entire cycle here. This is one of the greatest group of traders I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, like when you wake up and see people who've been doing a couple hundred start to do a couple thousand, bro, I love seeing it, man. I love seeing it. So I really got to give a good shout out to, I mean, hold up. I actually wrote it down. Got to give a good shout out to everybody in the Discord, only because it's not just because I'm like teaching everybody, but I appreciate how you guys help each other while I'm teaching you all. That's what I feel very happy about. And it's like a family in there, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate Trevor. I appreciate Destiny. I appreciate Cal, and I appreciate every one of you guys. All of you who have really shown me that, like, whether you just started trading a couple of years ago or whether you just started to focus the way that you want to this year, you've shown yourself that nothing is impossible. Now, in terms of format that we use, right? Because they're already used to this. Um, each session itself is like 1.5 to like 2 hours long. Okay. And that's typically just because, I mean, you guys already know my personality style. I have a lot to talk about. And even like throughout all my information that I have, right? Like there is actually a full syllabus. Okay. There's a full syllabus. So that means whenever I meet you and we talk for that first time, my goal is to just listen to what you have to say. I'm trying to figure out where you are. Once I figure out like where we need to kind of begin with, that I'm not backpedaling on stuff that you already fully understand, of course. Like I know exactly where to start and exactly where to go forward. But the problem is exactly what I'm saying, right? I have a syllabus. That means things go in order. Okay. So once we're talking about market structure, yes, we go into macros and liquidity. We go into long term, short term, midterm. We go into entry hacks. We go into entry styles. It's not like a one model sort of situation, brother. Oh, but like you don't trade the trifecta. Yes, I do. I don't use the same model for every trade, my friend. So if you want to learn the trifecta, you just let me know. The problem is, I have such fascinating shit that you can find in my Discord that it's easy to get distracted with all the super cool shit, right? But in reality, how I need people to, if you join the Discord first, and obviously do that, and then you join mentorship, right? But with mentorship, how it's supposed to work, what I need you to understand, every time we even talk through your entire 3 month cycle or through your yearly cycle mentorship, or whether we're just talking on an individual session, right? It's market structure always first. Then we go into anything else that is advanced, whether it's AMD, whether it's macros, whether it's gold back levels, numbers, whatever the topic of conversation is. We have to understand market structure is king. I also got to a point, and I really appreciate just all the practice that I've gotten in on the stuff because I've been able to become like the trading therapist. I'm about to go get my doctorate after this shit for real, man. Because I've been killing it with this. Just because, listen, like the biggest thing that I think outside of all the algorithm price delivery, I think the biggest thing that I love being able to do with you guys, I teach you how to think. I teach you how to think about trading. My biggest thing. You have to learn how to reframe a lot of shit in here. The way you're viewing, not just entry points and exits, not just targets and things. I'm talking about like, I'm not trying to tell you some bullshit and not tell you why, brother. You need to understand why we're going up, why we're going down, why that shit didn't do what you thought it was going to do. That's what I find most important. When it comes to reframing or restructuring a thought or an idea, Are you one of those people that get really pissed off when we like consolidate? Are you one of those people who get really frustrated and get nervous if you feel like you don't have the entire narrative figured out beforehand? Are you somebody that feels like you're really only comfortable scalping? Let's talk about why or why not. Are you somebody that gets nervous trading your personal account versus your eval or your funded? We talk about goals. So with all this stuff being offered, right? Our job as team through mentorship is for you to get to, I'm talking like at the highest level. You guys know my personality style. I like accuracy without busy work. People ask me all the time, why do you have over 80 ways to fucking trade? Because the algorithm's not offering me the same shit every day, brother. It's offering me the same functions. It's offering me the same script, but am I going to use the same model every day? Am I going to use the same context clue every day? When it comes to trading, right? And we're going to get into some price action in a second, whatever. And more shout outs. And like I said, bro, I got to shout out Precious. I got to shout out Kevin. I got to shout out Brother F, Brother Earl. I also got to shout out my homie Eli. I got to shout out Cuckoo. I got to shout out Arrow. I got to shout out. There's so many people in my Discord. Actually, it's not really. But all the people that I'm naming, right? Nanuki. Who's Barbara? I love Barbara. I'm just really, really happy that the work that we've done so far, I'm talking specifically to you guys, like right here. Some of the topical conversations we get in, right? We talk about goals and again, expectation of where we are in our trading, right? What I need from you, okay, and you can start this today. What I need from you, you need to let go of that trading trauma that you have. That loss that you took last year on your personal account that makes you scared to trade it again, leave that shit last year. When the marketplace during a New York manipulation cycle kept going back and forth, although you know where the target was, and it blew that account right before you made a lot of, before you knew it was going to go to that target, leave that shit on that day. The one time in the marketplace where you actually called the target and you weren't actually there, and the day that you actually don't trade, you miss all this money. Do not bring the trauma of missing something like this to the rest of your trading. You need to pull forward. Do not get stuck in the past of, oh, I should have caught this, I should have caught that, I should have. No, you are going to drive yourself fucking crazy. I want you to focus on what you got going forward, okay? I totally understand it's going to be a hurt piece for a couple hours or whatever. You're going to feel it those first two, three times, but I want you to really come out of it like, listen, my yesterday experience is not today. I'm not going to stop trading New York because I had a few bad experiences. You need to practice it. Okay. I can't stress this enough. Liquidity is the lifeline or bloodline of the marketplace. So when we talk about what's really important, right? I need you to understand the algorithm is not giving a fuck about that much shit. It's not. You don't have to come with 17-part plans to find accuracy. Another big thing about my mentorship that I find very important, I teach you how to, all right. Now, the format in which we use, right? Because we're on Zoom a lot. And like I said, we have individual sessions, and even if you're on like a just a singular one-on-one, there's still 1.5 to two, sometimes 2.5 hours or whatever. Because I like to fucking talk. You know what I mean? It's not one of those like, oh, I gotta set the timer. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, bro. I ran out. No, we gotta talk until I get you the information I need to give you that day. Okay. Now, each session, like I said, is around that length. Now, when it comes to individual sessions right now, they are $240 for you guys. Non-Discord members, they are $240. Discord members, they are cheaper. Okay. 3-month mentorship. Okay. 2,300. Okay. 2,300 for 3-month mentorship. Now, this is the thing. We're keeping it this price on purpose. Okay. Your goal as you come into mentorship. Okay. Now, as we talk about, again, trading psychology, right? Listen, go back in the last 3 months and go measure majority of these price swings. Just go measure them. Any one of these, measure them. Oh, Jay, how hard is it to make my money back? You tell me, brother. If we're catching, and again, right? I can show you how to add size. I can show you how to trade big ranges. But I actually really like this idea that I talk about with my students all the time. Big size, small range. Now I get it. I get it, right? Because as I'm typing this, you're thinking, man, fuck this shit. I don't want none of that shit. I want big size, big range. Fuck that shit, Jay. Why would I do anything else? Listen, muchacho, you've probably noticed something. If mentorship is 2,300, right? You can take two trades and make your entire mentorship back with 2 micros per trade. 2 to 3 micros. You don't even gotta catch the entire price swing. That's your entire mentorship, brother. 2 micros make you 2,700 right here. Now again, let's say you didn't even catch the very entire move. Let's say you caught like a range of it, right? 2 micros still catching you $2,500 right here. It's inexpensive on purpose. And like we said, since it's 2,300 per 3 months, right? You don't even got to stay for all four. because 3 and 4 are very similar. But if you're into more like, again, long form or long-term mentorship, goal. We need to set goal. Okay. So right where you are now, you might be super, super okay with certain business structure, or you might be really good at it. I would like to add to that. Number two, when it comes to your personal psychology, right? Now, obviously, I'm not going to go into a whole lecture about this because it's literally a whole section in my syllabus. However, I want you to think more about this. Okay. Are you really optimizing these legs or swings the way you really want to? Why or why not? If your goal is to get your funded to another dimension, are you doing it with big size, small range? Are you sending smaller size through bigger ranges? And brother, this is Asia. And shout out Logan. Like, shout out my homie who basically is just taking over the game, only trading Asia. When I tell you being an individual is what I encourage you to do. Yes, I teach you what I like to do. I teach you not just what I like, but mentorship is about how learning the algorithm works at 100%, brother. At 100%. It's not just what I like. You have the ability to fully tell me, like, yo, you know what? I like this. I like that. I like this. Yo, that one concept that blah, blah, blah. Can we substitute that? Like, can I switch that out for something else? And then I got you. Brother, I got you. And you think my public YouTube is crazy? Bro, I got some shit in mentorship that I knock somebody's socks off. My second book is coming out. Oh my God. If you thought book one was a masterpiece, book two is knocking socks off, brother. I'm so proud of my work, man. I really am. I really am. But this is my thing, okay? Whether you're in 3 month mentorship or you're doing individuals, right? The goal for individuals, like if you already have working models or you just kind of need something to kind of um you're curious about something, like I might have a few gems for you that you might be interested in. Um, but if you're talking about like long form mentorship, like you really need a lot of help out here, come through. We are here. Okay. Oh, last but obviously not least, of course, is just Discord. And so we talked about 3 month mentorship, and we meet 2 times a week during the week. And typically, I only do like 6 or 7 people per quarter. Like I keep it very, very small like this because we got to be able to focus on everybody. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's not about just me teaching you what I like to do and you mimic me. You're going to learn how to be individual. So we're not only going to pair the stuff that I need to teach you with the essentials, but we're also going to blend your style in with that stuff. That's the key. Oh, sessions are sent to you on they're recorded and sent back to you, but the way they are like uploaded, they're unlisted on my YouTube. So you will always have a link for yourself. Now, trying to think of what else people normally ask me that I type out like 80 times a week. Uh what else? I don't know. It'll come to me. Oh yeah, Discord. Discord. I almost got. Yeah, we smoking so much weed. But Discord, right? So Discord is $105 a month. Super inexpensive. Yeah, all these prices are probably until 2027. And so I haven't figured out if I want to edit the whatever the prices are. I'm sure I'll update you in 2027 if they're different. Okay. Now, like we said, right? Discord is more like everything is here. Everything. It's super tab based, so like everything you can find in terms of like organization is fully in each tab. But you can come to Discord and learn a bunch of stuff by yourself. Like there's a bunch of stuff that's there. And I give out the play every day, but what I don't do is hold your hand every day. So what I want you to do is still be able to tell me why you took your trade. You know, I'm giving you an idea. Tell me why you took a trade. Let's walk through like why you're doing something or why it worked or why it didn't work. You have a super encyclopedia for all the stuff that I teach all in one spot. You got members only videos. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You got indicators that are only found in my Discord. You got all types of shit. Oh shit. My foot is on the controller. There we go. But yeah, so I figured this video would be a lot more helpful instead of me typing this shit out every 10 seconds, every time I get a message on my Discord or the email. Bro, I get so many emails, it's hard to keep up with. So my bad if you notice that like I respond like 4 fucking days later or shit like that, I'll be like, oh shit. Like I just can't sit down really every day. I don't have time to sit down and go through them all. Now, when it comes to like again, price action that you've seen probably in the last month, right? Um, we've had some beautiful price action. I mean, not just the Nasdaq, but I'm talking about like, I mean, YM, if you trade YM, if you trade gold, we trade gold. There's so much work to be done, brother, and there's so much money to be made. I don't want you to feel like, oh, well, damn, like, maybe I should get more background information and then come over. Bro, this is what I need you to understand. If you're coming to me and you're telling me full point blank period, yo, what I'm doing is not working, when you join Discord or when you join mentorship, leave that shit right where the fuck you found it. Let's fix it. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't want you to feel like we're not going to add on to stuff that you already have down. But what I'm saying is, I want you to fully like once we go through the stuff that you really like and dislike, right? In place you're really having trouble, I guarantee you, a lot of the stuff that you think is going to take you weeks or months to fix, bro, it might be hours. It might be hours. It might be hours, brother. Why do I smoke so much weed, dog? I don't know. I don't know. Because weed's so good. Right now, I'm smoking what am I smoking? I'm smoking some stuff called Holy Grail Kush, and I mixed it with another Kush that I can't think of because I have way too much weed. I do not know the name. Damn. I was smoking mainly like biscotti for a while. Um, no, it's not Wedding 33. I would have known if it's Wedding Cake. But I had some Wedding 33 right before this. I should have bought up the last of it. I only grabbed 2 ounces of it, but that stuff is amazing. But this is my thing, right? Whether it's gold, whether it's NASDAQ or um, and it's the thing. The reason why I have so many models is like right when I was teaching myself, I never wanted myself to be like defeated by like any asset or any chart. I felt uncomfortable that like I couldn't trade. Um, First of all, I love trading options, but being a forex trader first, the way I was, I felt uncomfortable that I couldn't trade options. So that's why I went out of my way to learn that. Then once I felt comfortable trading that, that's when I went over and learned how to trade futures. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously trading forex, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, got it. This is all the same algorithm. I'm already cool with that. But this is the thing. It's an algorithm. I know we say it all the time, but like you'd be surprised. My other goal that I have for you in mentorship, however you're realizing it later or sooner when I'm speaking about it, there is so much thinking that this shit is still somewhat random. How? Dog, it's an algorithm. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean we can't. Once you get to a certain understanding, dog, it's like literally watching the back of my hand. I know exactly what this shit is about to do. If liquidity is the only thing the marketplace cares about, and you understand your structure, understanding where we gotta go is easy, brother. You ever watch the show Death Note? The reason why I really like Death Note is because the whole time, right? The show is a perfect balance of prediction and reaction. Look at Light and look at L. If you have not seen Death Note, turn this shit off right now and go watch Death Note. It's not very long of an anime. Read the manga first, but I like the anime a lot. Those who know me know I will read the manga a lot faster before I watch any sort of anime. You need to be way better in your trading with prediction and your reaction skills. Okay. A lot of people tell me that, like, yo, man, you are so quick. It's not that like I'm pressing buttons faster than you. I'm making decisions quickly, but I am not spamming these buttons in and out and in and out. I'm not doing that. We're going to take our time, find the trade or entry we really need, and let this shit run. You cannot be scared to make the money. All right, let me go. We got some other stuff to do, and we got some more weed to smoke. Now, realistically, right? Because I wasn't done smoking the first one. What I would like for you to do, okay, as we're talking about this, I want you to think more about this concept. Okay. And like I said, the reason why I have my mentorships blend through the quarters now, right, is so you don't get lost from one quarter into the next. Although you learned how to trade quarter one, there's a lot of stuff that feels like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing going into a Q2. And same thing going into a three or a four. Okay. I want to, I gotta check how many spots are left for Q3. I might have 5 spots left or 4 spots left. I'm not really sure. But you could just send me an email, send me a message, and I'll keep you updated or whatever. There's plenty of space left in Discord if you want to join. We're here, brother. You know, you're here every day. Just because I don't post on YouTube every day doesn't mean we are not here. And this buy side liquidity is toast, as you can honestly tell. It's going to make some short-term liquidity before we do that, and then pop up and take that high up there. In terms of like again the ranges and stuff that are being given to us, yeah, we're coming into a July, brother, so you gonna have some fun. And again, not knowing how to trade a Q3 and a Q4, you are at a disadvantage, brother. So let me go. I will see you tomorrow. There'll be another video. We got some stuff to talk about, but again, there's new members only videos in the Discord, so there's a trillion of those. Go watch those in the Discord. All right, I'll see you later. Man, you guys are awesome. Oh shit. Wait. There's something I was gonna say. I totally forgot. I smoked too much weed.